Shalom, Kol Halal, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rakahakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles, double honors unto the elder bishops. Salutations to all my fellow laborers that do this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so. Now more so than ever, the would-be judges, the 144,000 that are scattered around the four corners of the earth, that be like unto the speckled bird, the Israelite foreigners, among the heathen that look like those heathen. This is not a black thing. And to the few Akwaf that are listening and learning, to you I say Shalom. This is your brother Malcolm coming at you with another lesson in truth. And I just wanted to chime in on this person of interest that was arrested in the United Healthcare CEO fatal shooting. It was an assassination. And you know, and the same old manifesto, and and I'm gonna tell you, look, when I noticed too that they're not using the original masked version of it, because you can clearly see when he's wearing the mask and the original image that they showed the mask. This is not the same guy. As a matter of fact, the other guy looked like he was even taller. All right. But you can clearly see he's got different eyes and different nose from within the mask. And actually, I've seen 3 different images. And it's hard to find anything on the media that's controlled by Esau, Edom, Instagram, YouTube. It's hard to find any information about what I'm about to share with you. Hence the reason why they want to get rid of TikTok. All right. But there's some details that the general public doesn't know. And I'm going to share you with them. But first, I'm going to read the scripture. All right, because Esau Edom is getting very, very, he's been sloppy for a long time. With a lot of these, fake shootings and things that happen over the years, he's getting really sloppy. They're not crossing the T's and dotting the I's at all. But this is Job 13:4, and it reads, "But ye are forgers of lies, you are all physicians of no value." You can't really trust these people. Anything that comes out their mouth, even when they tell you the truth, they tell you lies. All right, so here's something that a long time client and friend of mine sent to me. All right, and it reads, "So you're telling me, ... Luigi Maggione, an Ivy League grad with a 130 IQ, takes off his mask at a Starbucks to flirt with an employee, ruining his anonymity," because this guy was completely anonymous. So I'm going to take off my mask for the cameras so I can, when I'm planning on doing a hit. All right. It says, "An hour later, he calmly murders the United Healthcare CEO and rides off on a bicycle. A week later, he shows up at a McDonald's carrying the murder weapon, a fake ID used during the crime, and a written manifesto against the American healthcare system. He gets recognized by a cashier after sitting down, then works on his laptop armed with the loaded handgun and a suppressor he made himself until the police walked in to arrest him on the spot." And if you believe this, you were born yesterday. All right. That story. This is the official narrative. Once again, the imagery changed. All right, because the original masked individual and this individual do not look alike. All right, so before I give the goodies, the information that the mainstream media left out, I just want to give you another example of how they lie. Because even what's going on in Syria right now, they're covering up, and they're not, and they're murdering and beheading Christians over there. And I've heard, and of course this was all orchestrated by the Israelis who are, and in America, who are using what do you call them? Al Qaeda to do this. That and they're over there beheading Christians and things of that nature. And supposedly there's videos of this already floating around. They're raping beheading children, raping women, and and of course there's a Jewish population in Syria as well. So do you think they're safe from Al Qaeda? Because Bibi Milikowski, also known as Netanyahu, has showed you that he don't really care about his own people either. The whole October 7th thing. All the friendly fire people. We'll just put it that way. I won't say much more about that. But I'm gonna play just maybe about 2 or 3 minutes of this redacted, and bring out a few scriptures, and then we're gonna drop the evidence receipt that's condemning, and you see what they're really trying to hide. Because I watched this to see if they would speak on it, and of course they didn't. But here we go.
Just like that, the United States is trying to rewrite history in Syria. This didn't take long. Praising Israel for invading the country, claiming that Israel has a right to invade and occupy wide swaths of southern Syria in perpetuity. Take it as long as you want. Oh, infinity? Infinity times 10? You can have it. The United States government and Mockingbird Media are right now also hiding the fact that Al-Qaeda terrorists are, of course, running that country and killing Christians as we speak in Syria. Where's the outrage on mainstream media about this? There's silence, of course. Why are the mainstream media silent about the killing of Christians by these terrorists? Well, I'll give you 3 guesses. Because it would undermine their fake narrative that Assad was a brutal dictator that gassed his own people. A story, of course, created by the Obama administration and debunked widely. Anyone with a brain can look at the research and show how widely debunked that is. Thomas Massey, just a few minutes ago, posting this. I have been actively opposed to the U.S. policy, the Obama, Clinton, Kerry, Biden policy of destabilizing the government of Syria for as long as I have been in Congress. Please pray for the Syrian Christians who have survived our meddling up to this point. Look at the timeline on that. Washington, D.C., June 27th, 2013. Congressman Massey introduced a bill to block unauthorized use of military aid to Syrian rebels, a.k.a. Al-Qaeda, at the time. He was one of the few, Congressman Gates another one. By the way, Congressman Massey is going to be joining us on the show tomorrow to dive more deeply into this. You can talk about all of these Christians being trafficked, being attacked, because it would also undermine the goal of Israel. Just like you don't hear anything about the plight of Christians in Gaza who were...
And where's the outrage from the Christian community? Where's the outrage from, Haman Vocab Malone? I imagine Dr. Michael Brown is going to be quiet for quite some time now. But where's the outrage from Dr. James White, the Edomite? Where's all the Christian outrage? I guess they're too busy praise dancing and twerking on stage, all in the name of Jesus.
Killed. Tucker covered it. We covered it here on their show, but it's really about it. There's not been any coverage of it. There's no care of these Christians that are being slaughtered there, because it totally undermines the story, doesn't it? And here is now the rebranding of these terrorists this morning. According to the Washington Post, the U.S.
Let's pause it. Let's pause that so you can... All right, so you can screenshot it. That's some heavy info.
Is considering removing the Al-Qaeda offshoot Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, HTS, from the list of U.S. designated terror organizations. Isn't this amazing? After the group led the offensive that ousted former Syrian President Bashar al-Assad. The Washington Post reports that U.S. officials are in contact with HTS and other groups involved in the offensive. One U.S. official said the Biden administration was doing a real-time assessment on whether or not HTS should be removed from the list of foreign terrorist organizations. According to Politico, there's a furious debate among U.S. officials about the issue. Quote, there's a huge scramble to see if and how and when we can delist HTS, one official said. By the way, HTS's leader, Abu Muhammad al-Jilani, also has a $10 million bounty on his head.
So, a man with a $10 million bounty on his head has uprooted, Bashar al-Assad, who's supposedly in Mexico now. I heard Russia at first. And and then they're having a apocalyptic, breakdown of society, rapes, murders, beheadings of Christians and more than likely Jewish people as well. In Syria as they're taking over, and it's all so that so the JOOs could have that land uncontested. They can take Golan Heights and even go even further. All right. And this is 2 Corinthians 2:11. All right. And it says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And I brought that out so that I could present this, because this video wasn't meant to be long, just to get straight to the point. But here's something that most people haven't heard, all right, concerning the United Healthcare assassination, all right? And it's got something to do with Nancy Pelosi and illegal insider trading. So let's drop these receipts.
This just gets crazier by the day. So the CEO of United was set to testify against Nancy Pelosi for insider trading. On February 21st of 2024, United had a huge cybersecurity hack. Like 100 million customers' data was leaked. Nancy Pelosi was one of the first people to hear about this. That very same day, in fact, hours after this, Nancy Pelosi bought $4 million in call options of Palo Alto Networks. Palo Alto Networks is a huge cybersecurity firm. The firm that Nancy Pelosi was told by the United CEO was going to be hired to clean up the data breach. Those call options made Nancy Pelosi $11 million. So he's slated to testify against her in a little over a week when this happened. And he mysteriously turns up expired at the hand of what seems to be a very experienced unaliver. Why is this not on the news?
Exactly.
This should be the biggest part of the story. You have another high-level politician engaging in criminal behavior, and as a response to
criminal insider trading,
they just have the person offed. This should be front page breaking headline news, and yet it's nowhere to be found.
Exactly.
This just gets
no fucking where to be found. Let's see if we can get another one.
I'm gonna tell you. This just gets crazier by the day.
Oh, well, that's pretty much the same one. But that's Nancy Pelosi for any of you who.
Nancy Pelosi for insider trading. This just gets crazier by the day. So, the CEO of United was set to testify against Nancy Pelosi for
like I was saying,
trading.
Those are clearly not the same guy. All right, these are the images of an hour, right before it happened, and supposedly the flirt thing with the girl. So you can see that the facial structure is different. The eyes and the nose are different. It's not the same person. And this guy has on a gray backpack, and this guy had a black backpack. And the guy that they've snatched up, his jacket had pockets. The guy who unalived, the CEO, did not have pockets. So it's beyond clear. And they probably made that picture grainy like that on purpose. The original one. They could have got that clearer with all the technology that we have now. They could have cleared that picture up. So you say you can't trust these people. Never trust thine enemy. All right, for like as iron rusteth. But let's get a couple more scriptures. These people just, they're liars. I think this is Psalms 58 that I'm looking for. Yeah, Psalms 58:3. And it reads, the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. All right. Their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf adder and stoppeth the ear. So when the evidence is brought out and exposed, showing you that the official narrative is beyond questionable, is extremely disingenuous. They just talk over the talk point like it's not happening. All right. So, made this whole thing about this manifesto and use real life situations, because you find out that United Healthcare was screwing people over and allowing people to die and not paying out insurance payments and things like that. So you're gonna, and I've been warning for quite some times, ever since the C19 thing, that a lot of people that died alone, because all that, pretty much was shown to be false. Everything by
February 21st of 2020.
What's the word that I'm looking for? Most of the people who what they call the conspiracy theorists were right as far as this, the C19 thing was concerned. All right, about natural immunity, that the Band-Aid did more damage, killed more people than the disease itself. And then when you add in the injuries, from the Band-Aid, but yet, even though there's physical evidence of everything that I just said, they just, when they're reading through the book, when they get to those pages with that information, they just turn right past it. All right. Because these people, they're the deaf adder. They don't want to do it, they just stoppeth up their ear when the truth begins to come out. All right. So, like I said, these people are just not to be trusted, man. Matter of fact, let me get one more scripture. I was kind of looking through all these saved videos. I thought I had one on that, but it's probably in Instagram, not here in TikTok. But yeah, let me get one more scripture. And the thing is, man, is they're just being exposed. The shameful spewing upon their glory, man, and they don't like it. And they're upset because you have to, I don't know how many times I've said it, but when you are a people and a government whose complete existence is all based upon lies and fraud, rape, robbery, murder, ill dealings, and the truth would be like, heat, sunlight to a snowman. All right. The truth would not be good when that's your existence, your whole structure, everything that you set up, every portion of your government, every part of your religion, the portions of your education. I mean, they revise books, they change the definitions of words, change times and dates to hide and keep their lies. In fact, let me see if I can read that one. I'll read two more scriptures. Yeah, this is Daniel 7:25. And it reads, and he shall speak great words against the Most High, and wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws. And they shall be given into his hand until the time and times and the dividing of time. So we're at the end now. This is that dividing of times. It's the new age. We're really off. I just watched that stupid movie Y2K, which they kind of, mixed messages, which is really, because Y2K was really at the end of the day, it was really talking about the micro C-hip, implant and the controlling of the people at the end of the day. So they took a real life event. But the reason I mention it is because when Y2K hit, we were already, more than likely in the next millennium, because of the way that they changed times and dates, we're off about, we could be off anywhere from 20 to 30 years off, So that's why, that it didn't happen, because now is that time. And the reason we know that time is because too many prophecies are coming to pass, and the gathering in the valley of Jehoshaphat, the crashing of the dollar, the wars, the rumors of wars. It was an 6 point something 4 earthquake here in Illinois. So everything, the roars and uproars of the people, all right, it's all happening, okay? And so, like I said, these people did a lot of altering, okay? They did a lot of altering of the meaning of words and, and things of that nature to hide the truth from the masses, okay? Last scripture. 2 Ezra 6:27. Gotta love these scriptures right here. All right. For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which have been so long without fruit, shall be declared. All right. So with that, I'm gonna give all praises, all honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakaha Kwadash Kwam Yasharala, Abad Babal.